Hey everyone, it is Brian Kaz here, joined by my friend and business partner Sean Casey. We have another Webfire Wednesday webinar for you today. On this one, there'll be 3 easy things that you can do this week to get massive results. And there's a variety of different things here, whether you have your own product or you're just an affiliate, or anything like that. It's perfectly fine. At least 1 or 2 of these will definitely apply to you, if not all 3 in a lot of cases. So make sure to pay special attention to that. And then after we go through that, we'll have some extended Q&A time as well. So any questions that you have, any marketing type questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. And then, of course, after that, we'll give away some cash, as always, on our Facebook group page. So one of you will walk away with some cash at the end of the call. And as always, too, if there's any topics or anything that you'd like to hear more on for like a future call or anything like that, feel free to let us know as well. Or if you like more of like the website analysis or anything like that, feel free to give us an idea, and we'll try to mix some of those ideas together on some of our future calls. So so without further ado, we'll get the show on the road. And yes, as always, the recordings will be up in the members area within a day or less under the training tab on the left side nav bar under where it says Wednesday webinars. So you'll see them all labeled right there. And this one, again, will be up within a day of us being done with this. And yes, it is currently live, obviously, too, just like every Wednesday. So with that, we'll get this show on the road. So once again, welcome to the call. My name's Brian Kaz, joined by my friend and business partner, Sean Casey, and we'll be talking about 3 easy things to do this week to get massive results. So, as always, again, this is another one of Webfire's Wednesday webinars. It's every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I will host a live training and/or Q&A call for our Webfire members. Again, every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. These trainings will either feature myself, Brian Kaz, Sean Casey, both of us at once, or occasionally a featured special guest if we think that their expertise would be of value to our members. If you're here or registered for this series, you'll get a reminder each week so you don't forget. But if you can't make one, again, we'll have the recordings up in the members area within a day of any of the calls under the training tab on the left side navigation bar inside the members area. You can use these calls as an opportunity to get even more training, ask strategy type questions, get feedback, or make suggestions on what else you'd like to get trained on. And as a special note, make sure to check our prior trainings and such, as there's a lot of info there already on a lot of topics that people have asked on. So make sure to check there first too, because oftentimes we have like entire calls devoted to like certain topics that you've asked to be trained on. In some cases, we have several calls devoted to certain topics too. So make sure to check out those two to maximize the amount of training that you're looking for. And really quick, we'll go through the Webfire member rules to success. Number 1, follow the steps and trainings that we have. Number 2, don't give up. And this basically means seek help when needed, but at the same time, don't get too dependent. Like if you don't understand what like a certain term means, or you don't know what like a simple thing means, instead of like giving up right then, or instead of like asking like a million questions, oftentimes you can go to Google, type in a simple question, and you'll find an answer within like a second or two. That allows you to move forward much faster. But at the same time, if you legitimately get like stuck or confused or anything like that, feel free to ask us, and we're happy to help. And lastly, no whining or negative attitudes, because I find that's really the quickest way to fail. If you're looking for something to be down about, chances are you'll always find something to be down about, and that's very hard to move forward, whether in business or in life. So yeah, so make sure not to fall into that. And with that, we can move on to our training with 3 easy things that you can do this week to get massive results. So here are the 3 easy things, and I'll go through each one obviously in a lot more detail in a minute here. But the first one is the exposure trick, and a spin-off of this one right here. I actually had a client of mine did kind of like an older version of this for literally decades, even before the age of the internet, and it's worked insanely well for him and for, again, a lot of other clients, even with the new age technique right here that I'll share with you in just a bit. There's not a lot of people that actually take advantage of this, but it's a very, very cool trick. The second one is what I call the question spree method. And this is one where, again, it's not that hard to do, but over time, it can get a ton of traffic. And of course, the last one I call the helpful affiliate discount trick. And this is one, it's one of the versions that I'll talk about on this right here is one of the very first things I ever did online to make money, and it worked very well then, and it continues to again work now, and you know, not just for like, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 people, but for tons and tons and tons of people, this works exceptionally well. And it's something what I like about this last one is anyone can do this last one, even if they don't have a product or anything of their own right now, and they're being extremely helpful at the same time while easily being able to target lots and lots of buyers for almost anything. So the first one is what I call the exposure trick. So lots of blog owners, media outlets, so on and so forth, are always looking for news stories, articles, blog posts, so on and so forth. And almost everyone by default wants to take the easy or lazy way out of things. For instance, you know, if your job, let's say that you're basically an editor of, you know, a section in a magazine or of a blog, if your job is to do like 1 new article, you know, a week or 2 new articles a week or anything like that, if you have to do like a ton of research and a ton of work, would you rather do that all yourself from scratch or take the easy way and possibly get some help from someone that's willing to do most, if not all of that for you? So this is kind of a cool trick off of that. And this trick basically allows you to use that to your advantage. So here's what you do right here. First, write an article or guest blog post ahead of time. Optionally, you can use the spinner inside of Webfire to create tons of different versions of it if you want to reach out to like lots of different places. Then you can use the guest blog finder tool to locate any relevant blogs that you can guest blog post on. And then optionally, and this is a big one too, this next one takes a little extra work, but it can pay off big time. Optionally, you can grab contact info for your favorite magazines, news sites, media outlets, so on and so forth, that you think would be relevant to your niche. So you can just go on their sites and look up their contact info and such too. So make a list of all that right there. And then you write them all along with giving them a free article or post to use as they see fit. And you can also say that you allow them to basically edit anything that they want on that too if they're interested. So if there's something that they don't like or something that they want to change, you know, you want to make sure that you allow them to basically do just that, because it means they're more likely to basically use it. You can say, of course, you know, you still want them to like, you know, mention your name or your business or your site or anything like that, but as long as you allow them to change anything else that they don't want, that can save them a ton of time. And because these kinds of people are always looking for new content, even if they don't use it immediately, if the article is good, there's a good chance that they'll eventually use it. Even big publications. We're not just talking about like a small guest blog post on, you know, on one blog. It could be even like on a big magazine or news outlet or anything like that, because they're always looking for new stuff to basically run. But again, you have to make sure that the quality of the article is good. If you have a crap one, they're not about to throw up a crap article on a top-notch site. So again, keep that in mind. Now, yes, this takes a little work, but it can pay off big time. And now here's a bonus tip too. It's kind of a spin-off of this too. Optionally, you can take this one step further and join a site like helpareporter.com and label yourself as an expert in your niche, where reporters can reach out to you with questions to feature you in their articles too. So what is this? So this is basically like a site where reporters and stuff go to try to get like quotes and look for experts. So let's say that you're a reporter and you have to do a story on SEO, okay? Or let's say you have to do a story on, I don't know, like immigration law or some weird thing like that. Well, they can go to this site and they can find tons of experts on SEO or on immigration law or anything like that, where it's super easy for them to be connected to the experts, and they can ask their questions, and you can optionally, if you want, just reply to them right there. Now, the way that works is obviously if they use your quote or like what you say, you can be featured in basically an article that they write. So in this case, it saves you a little time, but it still makes you look like an expert and can get you free exposure. And of course, the better you answer their questions, the more likely you are to get featured in their pieces. And again, this can work very well. It's a super easy tip to basically do. So if you don't do the prior part, which again can obviously take some work, even though it can be very effective, at least do this part right here. The next method I call the question spree method. So traditional keywords can sometimes have a lot of competition, but despite how people oftentimes search Google with questions, very few places spend time to target question type keywords. So brainstorm all the questions that someone might have in your niche or about your product, even if you're just an affiliate. And then jot down those questions and basically try to then turn those questions into actual content. I'll give a couple examples. So let's say you're an affiliate of mopeds, or you sell mopeds or anything like that. Try to search on like forums and stuff, see what kinds of questions people are asking. Try to type in questions in Google, and Google oftentimes will try to pre-fill out a question. So oftentimes you might see like 4 or 5 or 6 questions that Google might think you're asking on a moped, and that can give you an idea of how oftentimes that might be searched. So like questions that people might have when they're about to buy a moped is how much weight can a moped carry, or what is the difference between a 150cc engine and a 250cc engine, or are mopeds legal in X state, or any kind of question that you could possibly think of. Create a list, or search those on Google, and oftentimes Google will show some related questions popping up in the search as well. So write those down right there, and then take a handful, if not all of the questions there, and write the questions out and the answers and put them all on your site. If the actual answer is like super long, like let's say it's like a page or two long, it can be worth making one blog post per question and answer. But if they're like really short, you don't necessarily want to do like one page just for like a one-line answer. But in that case, you can put all the questions in one post or one web page, but make sure in that case that all the questions appear as headlines or subtitles, because that way they can basically stand out more and be more likely to get picked up and seen by the search engines better for those keywords. And again, this can work really well because by doing this, you'll have a great chance of ranking for those questions. You can also optionally create videos using the Video Firestorm tool, where you target the question or questions in your video title and properly answer them there in the video. So this can work really well for a tool like the Video Firestorm built into WebFire. This can maximize the organic traffic that you get from both search engines and YouTube over time. Now, it won't necessarily bring in hordes of traffic overnight in most cases, but over time it can add up to be a ton of traffic, because there's oftentimes less people searching for a question type term like this, but anyone searching for that kind of question is what? Probably looking to buy or doing research looking to basically buy. So you don't necessarily need tons and tons and tons of traffic to make it worthwhile. And oftentimes, the amount of time it takes you to type out a question and an actual answer doesn't have to take all that long. I mean, we could be talking for like a short question and answer, we could be talking maybe like, 3 to 5 minutes a question, with an answer. Not that long. Now, obviously, if you have like a question that's an extended answer, obviously it might take longer than 5 minutes, but you get the idea that it doesn't have to take all that long, and you can start to rank for a bunch of these different terms. And let's say you get only, let's say for every question, let's say it only gets 10 hits a month. Okay, that's 120 hits a year, and those are buyer type hits. So if you were to pay basically Google or Facebook for buyer type traffic, you're often paying up to like a few bucks a click. So all of a sudden it's like, is 5 minutes of your time worth hundreds of dollars in what it would cost you to normally get those clicks just in that 1 year. Now keep in mind, that might last for years and years and years and years. And again, we're only talking about worst case if you get 10 clicks a month off that. Okay, so obviously there's some that would get like a lot more than that, but it just goes to show even on the small end, it's worth your time to basically do this right here. So the next trick, and this is a cool one with several different versions of it, I'll explain each one in a bit right here, is what I call the helpful affiliate discount trick. So people are always looking for the cheapest price possible on physical products especially. So for like a digital ebook, pretty much people know that like the price is basically the price. There's not like tons of sites that sell the exact same ebook in a lot of cases, or like an info product. But if you're looking to buy like a certain kind of product, like let's say, I don't know, like let's say you want to buy the new iPhone 7, okay? Pretty much wherever you buy it from, the iPhone 7 will be the exact same iPhone 7. So there's nothing different except maybe like, basically the price. Or if you're looking to buy like a certain kind of TV, that's one where, if it's the exact same model, and if both sites have the exact same kind of guarantee and return policy and all that, you're basically looking for the best price and the best deal. And it's a natural thing that everyone does. Like even when I a few days back, I was doing some shopping, and one of the first things I did, I thought, well, gee, before I buy this, I should just see if another site has it for less. And there was a site that had, this, product I was looking at for like half of the price, or just about half. So it's a natural thing that pretty much everyone does. So if you're buying a particular product and the model name and all that, you'll probably again search Google to try to find the best deal possible, or in a lot of cases you might search essentially Amazon instead. So you'd search either Google or Amazon and see, hey, is there a place that has a better price? Sometimes you'll just search for the product name and go through the results one by one, whereas basically other times you'll search for a question like best price on, and then you mention the product, or product followed by like coupon or promo code or something like that. And this trick basically allows you to take advantage of people in that situation. I'll explain how you take advantage of that in just a second here. So there's a few things that you can do here as an affiliate. So there's 4 kind of different ways that you can take advantage of this fact right here. So first, you can do some searching ahead of time to legitimately find the cheapest price possible, sign up as an affiliate, and then target keywords like, product name coupon, or, best price on product name, or anything like that right there. Because, they're easier terms to rank for, but you can bet if someone searches for, like, let's say, now I don't know if this is like a true model of a TV, but let's say, Samsung True HD 360, if that's the name of a TV, which it probably is not, but if that's the actual name right there, if someone saw a title of best price on Samsung HD 360 or whatever name I said, you can bet they're probably going to click on that to see what the price might be. And even if you just have a blog post that says, hey, here are the prices that I found. The best price out there currently seems to be this site, right here. It takes you almost no time to actually write that, but granted, there's not necessarily a ton of traffic of people that type in like best price on such and such product, but you can bet of the limited amount of traffic that gets, they're what? They're looking to buy. In almost every case, they're looking to buy. So as long as you have legitimately useful info, and it's true, and it's not like you're saying this is the best price and your price is like twice as high, you can get a lot of sales. Now, the second way is if it's a general product type instead of a specific product or model. For instance, if it's like massage chairs instead of a specific kind of massage chair, you can target keywords like best prices for, product type like massage chairs, and mention through your affiliate link what the best deals you found are. So in the second case right here, let's say you want to be an affiliate of high-end massage chairs, which can sell for, again, thousands and thousands of dollars. In that case, you could target keywords like, best deals on high-end massage chairs, or best prices for, high-end massage chairs, or any kind of term like that. They don't necessarily get like a ton of traffic, but the amount of traffic that they do is highly targeted traffic worth a lot of money. Because, I would rather have like 20 hits a month of possible traffic looking to spend $5,000 than 1 million hits of people looking for free info. So again, keep that in mind right there. And a lot of people won't compete over the smaller type terms and all out there. And for a lot of terms like this, I won't even use a keyword tool because these are so easy to rank for. And oftentimes the traffic amount is so small that it's not even worth like using those, because in this case it's one of those things that if you target like 10 of these different terms there, and each one only gets like 10 hits a month, over time that basically adds up to be a lot of money, considering that one sale can make you a lot of money in commissions. And like what you could do in this case is even do like almost like a review type then, like say, hey, this is the best deal currently on a high-end massage chair right here. This is the best price out there online right now. And just give your affiliate link right there. The other thing that you can do too, the third way, is some affiliate programs will have coupon links or deals where basically if they click on your affiliate link, they would get a discount or a coupon of some kind. And when you sign up to be an affiliate, especially for physical products, you can go to networks like CJ.com or Linkshare.com, and all those right there. They'll oftentimes have a separate section just for coupon deals. And in that case, when you have a coupon code, and in fact, you can search for basically this store name followed by coupon or coupon code or promo code or anything like that. You can also add like the year to it, so it could be store name coupon code 2017, or whatever year you're currently in. So right now it'd be that. A year from now you could do 2018. So people know that when they see that and click on it, they know that it's a relevant newer code right there. Now oftentimes, sometimes there might be some competition for sites trying to rank for these coupon type terms. But even so, you'll find oftentimes it's wide open compared to just the product name or the store name. But the plus side is if someone's searching for a store name or a product name followed by coupon or promo code, they're what? They're looking to buy right now. In fact, in a lot of cases, they're already on the checkout page. They maybe saw like a little space that said, enter promo code, and they're searching Google for the promo code. And if they click your link to get the promo code, you get paid. So they're already sold on it. So this is like literally plucking sales off as they're already on the shopping cart, already about to buy right then and there. Now, the last method is another nice trick right here. If no coupon is available, or if all the prices seem similar, in some cases you can still target a coupon keyword like above, but you can offer a rebate or bonus through you if they purchase through your link. And you can do this, in multiple different ways. So let's say that you're selling, a high-end massage chair, and you don't see a coupon out there. You could do one of two things. You could say, hey, if you buy through this link right here, you'll give a $100 rebate. Of course, there's easy ways to confirm that they clicked your link and they bought and all that. You clearly see that. Or you could also say, hey, you'll throw in a free foot massager, which might cost you like $30 or $50, but that's okay if your commissions are like $500 on a chair. And it makes you stand out from everyone else because it's like, gee, do they buy through these other guys where they don't get anything else, or do they buy through you where they can save a little or get an extra little bonus? And the ironic part with this is, in the internet marketing niche, when there's like launches and stuff, you see a lot of people that offer bonuses and such, but in almost every other niche out there, you don't really see that, especially on physical products, especially on even products that might pay hundreds to even thousands of dollars in commissions. No one seems to offer bonuses or anything. So this is an easy thing for you to take advantage of, is to do that right there. Now, you can turn around and not only make blog posts for these, but also videos as well using the Video Firestorm tool inside of Webfire. The great part about these is that even though in all these cases they don't necessarily generate a ton of traffic, in a lot of cases the quality of the traffic is super high because, again, they're all buyers looking to buy right now. And again, in a lot of cases, they're on the checkout page, they're on the sales page, they're in the shopping cart, they're about to enter their credit card, they're just looking for a last-minute deal or discount in some of these cases right here, or they're just trying to make sure that they found the best price possible out there. Now, as a bonus tip, you can step it up a notch by using the lead tools inside of Webfire to proactively find leads searching for or talking about said products. Again, jump into the conversations and mention the best deals that you found through your links, or just mentioning your blog posts or your videos with the deals or anything like that. You want to do it in kind of a non-spammy type way, but again, very, very easy when it's like, hey, here's the best deals possible that I found out there right now. You're being helpful, but at the same time, you're basically posting a link to basically buy, but you're being helpful at the same time. And that's really powerful and really, really useful. So all of these are things that you can accomplish within basically anywhere from basically an hour to a few hours. So like, some of these, like the question one, you could do a question and an answer in like 5 minutes. But if you want to do like a bunch of them, it might take you like 1 hour or 2 hours or 3 hours, but still not really a ton of time. So there's no reason why you can't really jump into one of these this week and start to get some results off that right there. So pick the one that's of most interest to you, and you can jump into that right now to start seeing results off of that right there. Because again, in almost all these, you're targeting the premium of the premium type traffic out there. So you don't really need to have a ton of traffic or a ton of hits to make it worth your time right there. So with that, guys, what we'll do, we'll have an extended Q&A time right now. So if you have any questions on that part or any questions on anything else, you can feel free to ask those now. And we'll answer them. So anything related to what you just heard or anything even outside of what you heard, if it's marketing in general or you have a question on how to market a site or a product of yours or anything like that, feel free to ask those. And I will go through questions right now. And Sean, if you see any that pop out, I know you've probably been reading the questions as I've been talking.
Yes. A couple of people had questions on schema. Everyone's always excited about the idea of using schema, and so it brings up a lot of questions. And so to clarify a couple things, just so, because I think these are probably questions some other people have as well. When it comes to using schema, someone asked first, do you just, once you make the schema code, do you put it on every page of the website?
It depends on the schema type. So for instance, if you're like a local business one, you can throw that up on the main part and be fine. But if you're like an e-commerce site, every product that you have can have its own individual schema, basically. And that's actually explained to, within the walkthrough and within the instructions. It will basically tell you where to basically put that. But if you're like on an e-commerce site and you have a bunch of products, every product that you have can have a different schema that gives its price and its inventory or whatever else you want. But if you're like a local business, it's like super easy because it's just, you paste in a schema and basically that's that.
Okay, so two people have already asked what's a schema.
All right, so we have prior training on that, but a schema is basically, we have a tool inside of WebFire, but a schema basically, it supplies Google and other places with more information on your site. So like, let's say, and now it does not matter if you're a local business or not, but for like, let's say a local business, you might supply it with like additional info like where you're located, what your phone number is, what your business hours are. If you're a restaurant, it might list off like a menu, and then Google in the search results can actually list off like your times of operation, your phone, link to your menu if you're a restaurant and stuff like that. So it just supplies additional info. So if ever you've done a search, you've probably seen sites that have like a bunch of info listed on them. That's basically a schema. If you're an e-commerce site, it might have like, the price of the product listed. It might have like a bunch of stars for like reviews and stuff listed and all that right there. But if you go into WebFire, there's a schema tool that you can actually click on. It will show you examples of various ones. So you can pick from like a drop-down what business type you have, like if you're a local business or you're an e-commerce site, and it'll show you examples of what that will look like.
Okay, and Brian, why don't you just, if you don't mind, just flip to your browser for a minute and show them. So for the people that aren't familiar with it, like just show them the example of what it looks like, because then that visual is worth a whole lot more than trying to explain the code. In the meanwhile, I'll answer Alan's question, assuming I could actually get that phrase out of my mouth. So Alan's got a website built on a free HTML builder where, and for those of you not familiar with it, you can build websites on things like Wix or Weebly or whatever, and these are free website builders, but they limit the access that you get to the code because you don't have a regular hosting account where you could upload files, upload pages, upload content, and where you're able to change the actual HTML code of a page, which limits what a couple of the WebFire tools can do for you because we can help you fix coding and things on pages, but we can't do that where we can't access it. And adding schema to a page is in fact one of the things you can't do with these sites because they don't let you add code. His question is, so he's just, with all that, he's still got #1 rankings for keywords, and now he wants to move that site from the free builder to a regular hosting account because he's ready to go to the next step. You know, what's the best way to do that so he doesn't lose his top website rankings? So a couple things in regard to that. One is that when you know you have pages and things that are working well in Google, you obviously want to keep the content the same and make changes slowly because they're working, right? I mean, you don't want to radically change the page. So small changes or use the exact same page content as what you've got on the other builder. The second thing, though, that you might not think of is you don't want to turn on the new site, right? So you like switch the DNS, which is the domain name service connection, so that it points to your new website with nothing there. So what you would want to do is build your new site, okay, with all the content, which you can do on your hosting account without actually having the domain live, because there's a way to access it that your hosting company can explain, but you can just use the IP address to access the site instead of the domain. You can set up your entire website, be ready to go, and then when you go in and update the DNS, it'll propagate around the world. It'll take a few hours, but by the end of 24 hours, certainly, everyone would be seeing your new site, including Google. So, but what you don't want to do is like switch it and then be like, okay, I'm going to build my site, and now you're gone. Like Google goes to update your site and there's nothing there, right? So you want to pre-build the site on your new server, like just put all your content on there and then switch over, and that way it'll be seamless, and all Google will see is that, you know, you've updated the location of the site and maybe some new content, but by and large it's the same thing. Keep the rankings high. Well, you can move to a blog site. It doesn't matter either way, Alan, as long as you build it first. Yeah, well, George, what I'm telling Alan is just for what he's trying to do. For everything else, normally you just have a normal hosting account, and you would, or you know, whether it's a WordPress blog, a Blogger blog, whatever, and regular HTML pages, and you can copy and paste the code on the site very easily. So very, very simple to do that.
All right, so right now you should see my screen, and just want to show off what a schema is. We have entire calls on just this too, so if it's of interest to you, feel free to watch one of the prior calls too. But a schema basically is a few things. It's what you see here on the left side, where you see like not just the main link, but you see like all the other web pages and stuff right there. It's also is this entire thing on the right side, where you see like a picture, a map. You see the reviews. You see the social media accounts. You see all that you see their phone, the address. You see their hours. That's also a schema. Even on this link right here, the stars that you see right here, that's also through a schema. So obviously, would you rather be like this guy right here, or would you rather be like this little guy right here? This is through the use of essentially a schema. Now, normally a schema is kind of hard to do unless you're basically an expert, but we make it super easy. So if you click on SEO and keywords, go down where it says schema markup, and this is the schema tool right here. And basically what you would do right here, you'd pick the kind of schema. Like if you're a local business, you just pick that, or if you have a client, that's one. It will show you an example of what that could look like. If you're let's say a product page, like you have an e-com site, you can show like it might it would look like that. If you're into real estate, you can see something look like that. If you're a video, look like that. And again, all sorts of different, or even if you're just like a blog, you could show up like this right here instead of just like a normal link. So in all the cases, all you have to basically do is fill in the blanks. So where it asks for your name, you put in your name. Where it asks for your hours, if you're a local business, in this case, if you're not a local business, I wouldn't ask you that. You just fill in everything that it says right there, and then you just click Create Code, and it'll put some code that you just paste onto your site. And there's instructions on how to easily do just that. And you can check and verify that that's all good. We have a tool that actually checks that for you, and then you're basically set. So that's how that works right there. So very cool and useful tool, and one of the quickest and easiest things that you can do as well right there. I also saw, as Sean was basically talking prior, I saw a question that was a good question that I want to clarify. So this person says that they like the idea about offering a coupon or a discount, but they wonder if it can be linked to list building or if it's only just for selling products. So two ways to answer. I'm not quite sure exactly what you're asking, but first, you can definitely offer something for free in exchange for them signing up to a list, or you can definitely offer a discount if they sign up to a list or anything like that. But if you're like, let's say, an affiliate, and let's say you have a discount link or a coupon link for I don't know, for a massage chair, like a $5,000 massage chair. If that's the case, do you want them to jump through an extra hoop to sign up to your list first before they can buy through your link, or do you want to just show them, that discount link where they can buy? In the majority of cases, I would probably just show them the discount link where they could buy, especially if it's like something that sells for thousands of dollars where you might make like hundreds of dollars in commissions, because the more obstacles you give them, the more likely you are to lose that sale. So it's like, would you rather have, a free lead, or would you rather have a $5,000 sale? Now, in the case of like an opt-in page, obviously you'd want to get leads and stuff first, but in a case like if someone's looking to buy a said product and they already made up their mind that they're going to basically buy, okay? They're just looking for like what the cheapest price is, or if there's a coupon or anything else like that right there. You want to give them exactly what they're looking for as quickly as possible in the vast majority of cases right there. So that's my advice on that. Of course, there's always ways like around that and such. The other thing too, as far as like coupons go, you can go to goldencan.com, just like that, goldencan.com, and you'll see a site like this, which shows basically it shows there's oftentimes like coupon deals and stuff that you can find easily on this, and you can then sign up individually. Like if you see a coupon type offer, you can also go to like the network itself, like cj.com or linkshare.com, and oftentimes on those merchants it will also have a separate link for coupons and such. You can also take it a step further, and if there's a place that you're an affiliate for and you don't see a coupon code or anything, because there's a lot of places that don't, you can just basically email them and ask if by chance they have any coupon deals or anything for affiliates, because occasionally they'll actually give out some even if they don't publicly have any available to the normal affiliates. All right, let's see what other questions we have.
Is Golden Can only in the U.S., Brian? Or better stated, does it only have U.S. related products? That is probably really the question.
I think there's worldwide ones, because it links up with like Commission Junction, Linkshare, ShareASale, and a bunch of other places. So I'm pretty sure that's worldwide. Of course, there's a bunch of stores that might just be U.S. within that, but it has thousands and thousands and thousands of stores. Yeah, there shouldn't be a problem with that. I'm pretty positive that there's non-U.S. offers there. In fact, I'm almost positive on that. But if not, you can certainly apply the exact same thing to like any concept. Just look for affiliate offers in whatever country you want to basically be in. or marketing, I should say.
Yeah. All right. So, sorry, I've been answering a lot of questions. I want to get back here. Somebody had a good question that I wanted to get to. Okay, you got them all with the list. All right. All right, William. William asked, can we use a virtual address for a schema, but I don't know what you mean by a virtual address. You're talking about instead of a physical address? Like a street, not having a street address? You mean if you didn't have one you wanted to share, you just wouldn't put that in? Or if you have a mailbox address or something like that. Sergey asks, how do you create a schema for a product page on Shopify? Watch the training because it's in there, because we actually built a module specifically to be able to put schema into Shopify to make your life really wonderful and easy. George's asking, how long for the schema to update and show in Google? Anywhere from a week to 4 weeks. Absolutely depends upon Google. You'll want to use the Site Submitter tool when you make the update, so you'll ping Google and the other search engines and directories so that they'll know there's new content that you could give them access to. So they'll update themselves, but you'll just be at their mercy, so to speak, for a little while just to make sure of that thing. Amelia asks, when a multi-page site is optimized for SEO using Webfire tools, do you optimize every page separately by entering its URL? And this is a great question because a lot of people get confused about this, so good time to bring it up again. You tend to think, that everybody does, hey, I'm trying to rank my website, but what you're really trying to rank is your web page, because web pages have individual listings in Google, right? Otherwise, you would only ever see the home page of every website, but we know that's not true. So what we want to be able to do is to rank individual pages targeted for specific keywords, right? So if your main site page is ranked for weight loss for women over 40 who dance on one leg, then you'd have related pages that are ranked for similar terms, right, that you're going to want to focus on, because every page should just focus on a specific keyword term, okay, whatever that is. And you can have lots and lots of pages on your site, and bigger sites generally rank better than smaller sites simply because Google knows you put more effort and content into them. And so we recommend that as you go along, just keep building. You don't have to start with dozens of pages, but you can build up to that. But then you'll analyze every single page separately. So you'll focus on a specific keyword, use the site analysis tool once you get this page built to see what you need to do to improve the page and rank it. But you just put in that URL. So if your main website was dietsforolderwomen.com, then you might be looking at the page that's dietsforolderwomen.com/fast weight loss. Let's say that was your term, right? And you would just go to optimize for those specific pages along the way. And let's see what else, Brian, now that I gave you a chance to breathe.
Yeah, I've been answering some questions in the text as you were talking.
Right, and generally when you're trying to work on a multi-page site, someone mentioned that we do have the option in the site analysis tool to analyze your entire website. But if your site's really big when you go to do that, you'll get back so much information that you, to a certain extent, won't know where to start. You're better off looking at one page at a time and kind of having a checklist of, okay, been there, done that, looked at that, fixed that page, on to the next one, than trying to do, like 100 pages at once, because you'll just end up with this mishmash and you won't get anything done. You're going to get a lot more done if you just chip away and whack one thing at a time along the way. All right. Let's see what other questions we got here. William wants to know, does it matter if keywords are capitalized, all lowercase, doesn't matter. Google can read them, search engines can read them anywhere. Anyway, you do it, as long as you spell them right. Okay. And yes, a bunch of people that are newer members are asking, well, is the webinar being recorded? Yes, always. Always we record all these training webinars. We'll post them up by the following day in the member area, along with the training slides when we're doing a training like this, so you'll also get access to all the slides, because sometimes we talk faster than you could possibly take notes along the way. So what else we got here? All right. And then some of you overall, I'm going to come back to my theme of last week, Brian, that some of you guys are like the questions that I've been trying to answer is people's questions. You guys are just overthinking the getting started process. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, you're wanting to know, like, okay, so how many pages do I have to have before I can put a website online? You know, do I need to have 10 pages, or is it 12, or is it 14? The answer is 1 is good, 2 is better. Get 1, put it up, get some links, get moving. Okay. You guys, I understand you want to do it right the first time, but doing it even wrong is better than not doing anything at all, or trying to develop the world's most perfect promotional plan. Okay, that's why you go on, and if you think about it, how many times have you gone and you've done a search online and you found the result, and you go to a web page that, seriously, a website that's butt ugly. You're like, man, this is like the worst made thing ever, and look at the guy can't even spell. And think about that while you're analyzing that in your brain, that you searched in Google and you got on that guy's website, so you could be talking about how ugly it was and the fact he can't spell. Okay, so it's ugly and he can't spell, but he's getting traffic, right? Okay, so you could make ugly pages with misspellings on them, and you could get traffic too, or you could continue to try to make the world's most perfect website.
Yeah, and a huge thing I see on that, especially on like the SEO side, there's a lot of guys that, like, it's like they spend like 100 hours trying to research and maybe like a half hour actually doing any actual work on it. There's guys that like oftentimes try to like focus in on all these like minor points, like stuff that, you know, might make like a minor difference, but it's like they're neglecting like the major things, like, you know, having, you know, a targeted keyword in the title tag, using it throughout the content, you know, on your site and stuff like that. And instead, they try to focus in on, well, this one SEO expert said that, you know, if I have, you know, like a lowercase versus uppercase, that it, you know, makes like a difference, or if I do this versus that, it makes a difference. And they're basically like trying to hold themselves up over something that might make less than like a 1% difference, while ignoring the easy stuff that would make like a 90% difference. And, you know, I understand why people are like that, but it's like, just start and do it and worry about the minor things later. Like, you know, if you optimize, you know, the main stuff and you rank decently, then you can look into possibly tweaking a few other things to try to, you know, bump that a bit more. But don't get so concerned about like the little minor things that you miss everything. Or same with, like, you know, if you're finding leads with our lead tools and you're not quite sure what to say, so then you don't just say, so then you don't say anything then back, you're losing sales. I've even seen guys that have reached out to leads, and then like some leads might write back, and they're like, crap, what do I say now? And they take like days to write back because they're trying to think, well, gee, I'm concerned I might look like an idiot. You don't look like an idiot because you took days, or, you know, because you possibly said one thing that, you know, you thought looked a little bit weird or wrong. You'll look like an idiot if you take days and days and days to write back a guy that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to you. So you'd rather want to write back quickly in this case, even if it's not perfectly, than to write back what you think is perfect in like a week's time. So again, I see that mistake a lot of times there, and it's, you know, it's an easy fix, but a lot of people, again, their mindset, they just get kind of like stuck on those little details that really don't tend to matter much. All All right.
So let me add on to that even more while I can get off on a rant now. A lot of you have really good ideas, okay? Because I see lots of them that you send in to us or you post here in the webinars and everything else. And what happens is that in order to test them out, you create the most complicated scenario possible. Okay, now I have a friend who grew up in like, you know, not the best home life of training how to accomplish anything. Dropped out of high school when he was 16 because when he got pulled in front of a judge for truancy, and the judge said, you know, you're supposed to be in school, and you know we're going to have to either find your mom or do something to your mom because you're not going to school. And he said, what if I drop out? And the judge says, well, if you drop out of school because you're 16, then all this goes away. So he dropped out of school. It was really simple. He learned things like the way to pay the light, to know when to pay the light bill, the electric bill, is when the lights don't work anymore. That's how you know that it's time to pay the electric bill. Okay? But he's a very intelligent guy, but when he goes to create a project that works like this, he says, wow, it'd be really great if I could get paid a commission for booking hotel rooms. Okay? So instead of trying to go get someone to book a hotel room, he designs like how he's going to need to like rent office space, and he's going to need about 20 people working there, and then he's going to need like 20 websites, one for each of these cities, and then he'll need 20 phone numbers. And so he'll spend weeks building out this massive, massive thing over something where he doesn't even know if he could get the first guy to visit a website. Okay? But he's making all these huge, elaborate plans instead of doing the simple things like, hey, let's slap up a website, see if we can get somebody to show up and book a room. Okay? And for any of the ideas that you have, whatever you want to promote, doesn't matter if it's massage chairs, televisions, hotel rooms, or anything else, what you want to do every single time, whether you're starting with a budget of $1 or $1 billion, is you want to test your idea as fast as possible in the cheapest, simplest, ugliest way possible. Okay? So, for example, Brian and I are partners in a survival business, in a preparation business where people prepare for you know, disasters, crises, problems, you know, whether it's tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, the end of the world as we know it, whatever it might be. And I wanted to test what happens if we generate leads a certain way, you know, how much it would cost. Now, the first thought in your mind is, you know, then I've got to create the front end, the opt-in. I got to figure out how to sell to people, what I'm going to upsell, what's the follow-up series going to be, and everything else. And all of that's true. But the most important question in all of that would be, how much is it going to cost to get a lead? Because if it's going to cost me a lot of money to get a lead, then I don't need to build the rest of the system because I'm not paying that much for leads, right? But if I find out I can get leads cheap, then I could go build the rest of the system knowing I can get leads cheap, right? I don't have to waste my time spending a couple weeks and spending a bunch of money with, you know, programmers and website builders and coders and graphics guys and all kinds of other stuff to build a complex system that we use in the other part of our business for something that doesn't work, right? But I could just go post up an ad and see what happens, and if people show up and they opt in and they join the list and they do what I want them to do cheap, then it doesn't matter because I can get an answer, and within a couple days I know the answer to what I'm doing, right? And the answer in this case is it worked. Now, you know, it's not the best contest idea. It's not the best, I mean, none of what I'm doing is my best foot forward in any way, shape, or form. Front end, back end, and nothing, okay? But I proved the concept works. I did it within 2 days of wanting to know, and now I know it's worth focusing on because I can make it better. But what if I did it and it was a complete disaster? Man, I could quit in 2 days. Not even waste my time dreaming up super complicated things, okay? always you want to execute very, very quickly. Stop thinking hard. Stop overcomplicating. Stop worrying about how pretty, how wonderful the graphics. I'm just telling you, okay? All of that will come. Okay? But there's a lot of people that do not have well-optimized systems, okay? And they're out there making a lot of money. On New Year's Day, I clicked on ads where people had not updated codes on their websites for 2017 yet, and there were some really funky websites from companies that I know do $10 million a year in that business. Okay, and they had screwed up websites, okay? And they probably still made sales with screwed up websites. Okay. All right, so that's enough of Sean's rant for now, Brian. We should probably give away money.
All right. So with that, guys, go to this Facebook group page right here. So this will forward to that page. It's getwebfire.com/FB group. And Sharon has a post there where it's basically asking what you thought of today's training. If you leave a comment there, we'll pick a random winner in a minute or two that will win $100 that will pay you this afternoon. So if you just give us your PayPal info, we'll pay that over and we'll announce the winner on this call. So again, just go to getwebfire.com/FB group. Let's see, we probably have that here. I'll just add the link into the main chat box right here. All right, so that's the link right there in the chat box. Just getwebfire.com/FB group. And now I'll go on to the page. All right, it's just this page right here. And the post you'll see right here is from Sharon. It asks what you thought of the call, and you just leave a comment under right here where we see all these comments right now. All right, so just make sure to leave it right there. And we'll give it maybe another maybe 10 seconds or so, and then we'll pick a winner from that. All right, so we'll do a countdown: 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, half, quarter. Oh, there's a lot there popping in right now. See it jump up really quick there. All right, and 0. All right, I'm going to just refresh the page real quick. Make sure I have all of them. Looks like there's still jumping in there, so I'll give it maybe a few more.
Yeah, I don't think we gave people a lot of time to be able to get there and type.
Yeah, so
and some of them have to type really long things about how good a job you did.
All right, true. All right, so we'll give you maybe, Sean, if there's like one more question or so, if you see one, we can answer that, and then we'll do the giveaway. Just give them a little more time.
No, but I could go off on another rant. That'll give them a long time.
All right, let's hear
I get all excited about this. So.
Let's hear.
Oh, all right. Hey, this is awesome. So Kelly was just posting. I missed this one because Sharon had commented, but I want to comment. Congratulations to Kelly because she just posted up her first couple of deals today. One for 200 pounds and the other for 500 pounds. So that's absolutely awesome. Congratulations to her. Love to see great reports from people doing stuff and making things happen. That's really awesome. And Tom, I'm going to answer your question in just a second. And we'll go from there. And all right, how we doing? We think we got enough entries. Is everybody entered?
Yeah, so we have 79 right here, and there's a few that commented outside of that, so I'll count those two. We'll see. So outside of those, we have 1, 2. There's a few that commented on old ones. We'll count those too. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right. So 13 plus 81. So 94 in total. All these comments right there. I'll make sure to get these all up. All right, load. So as it loads, we have 94 in total. I'll do the random number between 1 and 94. 91. All right, so that's almost the very end. So it'll be 4 back. So it's the 4th one back from the very end. So that'd be outside of the main area. 4th one back, let me see. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. So Steve Irvin, if that's you, you are $100 richer today. Just make sure to send us your PayPal email over, and Sharon will send over $100 shortly this afternoon then. So if this is you, Steve Irvin, just let us know, and you can type in your PayPal email to Sharon there, and she'll get that sent over to you. So again, thanks for everyone right here. And as always, guys, if you ever have like any questions at all, or you come up with a question later, feel free, again, inside of the members area, you can always use the help desk right here. There's a support tab right there, and you can also write support@webfire.com. If you use the help desk, though, if there's ever like an email issue, it's guaranteed to get through. So it's a little bit better if you can use the help desk instead. But if you have to, you can also use the email, so that's fine. It's just support@webfire.com. And with that, guys, again, we want to thank you for being on this call. And again, any other questions or anything else that you want to be trained on in the future, let us know, and we'll try to make that happen next time. And once again, these calls are every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, we'll have another live call for you. So Sean, anything else before we wrap up and call it a day?
No, just again, everybody, it's second week of the year. Let's make sure that we're taking action. We're getting stuff done. Don't think too hard. Just go out and take action. And also tomorrow, you'll see an announcement coming in the next hour that we're going to do a special training webinar tomorrow. This is not on WebFire. This is on some other software and systems that we have. But we're talking about some stealth promotion techniques that we have, as well as how you could give away free software and make thousands of dollars doing it. We'll explain all of that tomorrow. If you're here, you're going to automatically be registered. We'll update GoToWebinar here, and as soon as this webinar clears out of its system, and you guys will just get notice at the same time as this webinar. So wherever you are in the world, same starting time, be about 90 minutes or so. So hopefully you can join us tomorrow for that. And again, wish all of you awesome week, and go take action. Thank you very much.
Thanks much. Take care, guys.